A beautiful Saturday morning to you. First, we'll start with the Vanguard newspaper. The Vanguard newspaper, we're looking at Governor Adeleke's victory. Nigerians must replicate Osun experience in 2027. That's coming from an activist lawyer. Then at the top of the newspaper, night of horror that left 24 dead in Plateau State. This is a very sad story here. Then on 2027, Peter Obi lists 5 critical questions that should shape polls begin campaign in Onitsha. Then we'll focus on Kwara State, where Governor Abdulrazak simply trailblazing in sports. Then at the bottom of the newspaper, this is Uzodinma celebrates as Imo records first successful robotic assistant surgery east of the Niger. By the right side of the newspaper, death toll of Sokoto boat mishap rises to 53. ICPC uncovers another fake agency in SGF's office. Away from that newspaper to the Daily Trust. On the Daily Trust newspaper, we're looking at campaign begins. Billboard permits fees, rattle candidates. At the top of the newspaper, miming for survival, dying in pits. Tinubu suspends 3 PEM sex at ICPC uncovers another fake agency. Still in the same newspaper, at the bottom of that very newspaper, inside MFC's frontline Lassa fever battle. We move away from that newspaper to the Nation newspaper. On the Nation newspaper, we're seeing outrage over Atiku's pledge to restore fuel subsidy. This pledge that Atiku made to restore fuel subsidy has caused a lot of political debate. At the top of the newspaper, ICPC probe. Tinubu orders arrest of promoter, suspends 3 PAM secretaries. 2027. Wike predicts bigger rainbow coalition for president. Federal government, Borno, working to rescue 44 abducted Musa school children. That's very sad. Away from that newspaper to the Punch newspaper. On the Punch newspaper, Osun Naira rain. How APC Accords splash 100 billion naira. Still in the same newspaper, another fake agency. Federal government suspends 3 spam secretaries. Orders arrest. Why we left America for Nigeria with 5 children. This is coming from the U.S. professor wife. A professor wife in the U.S. has stated why they left the United States to Nigeria with their 5 children. Away from that newspaper to the Matrix newspaper. On the Matrix newspaper, we're looking at again, ICPC uncovers another fake agency. The ICPC has uncovered another fake agency. FTAN, our stand on Nigerian tourism, is about due process, not personality. That's coming from the FTAN. Then Adeleke calm shoots down defection rumors to APC. Adeleke calm shuts down the faction rumors to APC. Recall that Ademola Adeleke recently visited President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the presidential villa, and he also stopped by the FCT ministers to see the FCT ministers. So now the Adeleke's camp are shutting down rumors of his perhaps defection. At the bottom of the newspaper, we're looking at FBI wants sealed explanation for withholding Tinubu leak records. 2027, this is coming from the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike. Election already concluded in Tinubu's favor. The FCT minister said that election is already concluded in favor of the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Away from that newspaper to the Daily Monitor. On the Daily Monitor, we're looking at post ICPC, that's the presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council heads role as ICPC uncovers another fake agency under office of SGF. At the top of the newspaper, give me your mandate for better Nigeria. Peter Obi urges Nigerians. This is coming from the NDC presidential candidate Peter Obi. He has begun his campaign. Afrobeat is halfway Nigerian, halfway Ghanaian. Sheyi Alend. Still in the same newspaper, ownership tussle. Obaseki squandered 3.8 billion naira on Marwa projects. Oshomole alleges. At the bottom of the newspaper, this is coming from Doris Ogala. I had 10 miscarriages while married. Doris Ogala said she had 10 miscarriages while she was married. This is a very sad one, and no woman should ever experience this. Victory over insecurity not visible without resolving grievance, says ex-CDS. Victory over insecurity not visible without resolving grievance, says ex-CDS. Borno residents storm National Assembly, demand rescue of 78 neighbors in captivity since May. That's in Borno State, where residents stormed the National Assembly office, demanding the rescue of 78 neighbors who were abducted in May. Away from that newspaper to the Guardian newspaper. On the Guardian newspaper on 2027 polls, why politicians should embrace issue-based campaign. Then at the top of the newspaper, this is still on election. Electoral justice will ultimately drive peaceful elections in Nigeria. By the right side of the newspaper, how leadership, innovation, trust can make Nigerians university resilient. Still in the same newspaper on food security, Afenifere seeks robust military action to cope banditry in Southwest, boost farming. You get the full story on page 2 of the newspaper. Then this is coming from the INEC against 2027 election. INEC to conduct mock accreditation in November. INEC are set to conduct mock accreditation come November 2026. Ogoni leaders false resumption of oil exploration amid dialogue. Still in the same newspaper on 2027, Tinubu, Adeleke, and danger of assumptions. Tinubu, Adeleke, and danger of assumption. That's coming from the presidency. Still in the same newspaper, 2027, National Rainbow Coalition for Tinubu underway. Wike reviews. Wike has revealed the National Rainbow Coalition that is underway for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu against 2027 election. Recall that Wike already said that the 2027 election is already in favor of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. U.S. courts permit FBI to reveal Tinubu drug case files in private. The full story is on page 37 of the newspaper. Power sector woes. Experts propose cassava effluent to energy solution. The full story is on page 38 of the newspaper. And our last newspaper for today is the New Telegraph. On the New Telegraph newspaper, we're focusing on Osun pool fallout. APC Southwest cackles in panic mode. Still in the same newspaper, how my father cheated death when Fela tried to test potency of bulletproof charm on him. The full story is on page 13 of the newspaper. Then on page 28 and 29 of the newspaper on digital invasion, newspaper vendors in losing battle against internet smartphone. This is coming from the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike. He says that Adeleke is now a member of Rainbow Coalition for Tinubu. Finally, the FCT minister has revealed the closed-door meeting he had with the Osun State governor. He says that the Adeleke is now a member of the Rainbow Coalition for Tinubu. INEC to conduct mock accreditation in November. Still in the same newspaper, presidential campaign flag off. Peter Obi says Nigeria can work I'll make it work. If only you vote for Peter Obi come 2027, he will make Nigerians work. Then at the bottom of the newspaper, according to police report, they said Fulani men, women, kids among 75 kidnapped victims rescued in Kaduna State. ICPC uncovers another fake agency in SGF's office. We've come to the end of the newspaper review. Many thanks for watching and stay tuned for more updates. I am Kasitoni.